True story. Viewer discretion advised. Tonight's story will change the way you look at your own house. Imagine this. Every single night you're sleeping peacefully, but you're never alone. Someone is above you, hidden in the darkness, listening to your every breath. This is the true story of Sarah and the man who lived in her attic for months. On screen caption, always check above you. A young woman, Sarah, carrying boxes into an old suburban house. Soft creaks, dust, old family photos on the walls. Sarah was 26 when she inherited her grandmother's old house. It wasn't fancy, but it was hers. A new chapter after a bad breakup. She planned to repaint the walls, fix the squeaky floorboards, make it feel like home again. But from the first night things felt off. Small things went missing. A yogurt from the fridge. A few crackers. Sarah blamed herself. Maybe she was just forgetful after so many late nights unpacking. On screen caption. Is it just you? Night. Sarah alone in bed reading. The old house creaks. Faint scratching sounds from above. She freezes, eyes wide. A week later she heard the noises for the first time. Soft scratching. A faint thump. It sounded like a raccoon, or so she hoped. She told herself she'd call pest control in the morning. But that night the sounds got louder. It almost sounded human. She laughed it off. Old houses make weird noises, she texted her friend Tom. But Tom wasn't so sure. On screen caption. Would you check? Daytime. A pest control worker in coveralls climbing the attic ladder. Sarah waits below, biting her nails. The next day, Sarah called pest control. The man checked every corner of the attic with a flashlight. Old boxes. Cobwebs. Nothing unusual. He told her. Probably just squirrels running on the roof. Sarah felt a bit silly but also relieved. She paid him, thanked him, and tried to move on. But that night the footsteps, and there was no way that was a squirrel. On screen caption. What would you do? Dark bedroom. Sarah is lying in bed, wide awake. She hears clear footsteps above her head. She whispers, hello. Silence. Then a cough. That night changed everything. Sarah lay still, heart pounding so loud she could hear it in her ears. The footsteps stopped, but then came something worse. A faint cough. A human cough. She couldn't move. She couldn't scream. She lay awake until dawn, her eyes locked on the ceiling. The next morning, she called Tom and begged him to come over. On screen caption. Not just your imagination. Tom, holding a baseball bat, climbs the attic ladder. Sarah stands below, phone ready to dial 911. The flashlight sweeps through the dark. Tom climbed the attic ladder, armed with nothing but a bat and a flashlight. He moved slow, careful. The beam of light hit something strange. A pile of old blankets, food wrappers, empty water bottles. And then the worst part, a small, tattered notebook. Tom flipped through it. His face went pale. Inside were pages filled with notes. What time Sarah left for work. What time she showered. When she went to sleep. What she wore. They backed down the ladder, locked themselves in the living room, and called the police. On screen caption. Would you sleep there again? Police officers with flashlights. They pull down insulation and boxes. Finally, a dirty man in his late 40s crawls out, eyes wild. The police arrived within minutes. They searched the attic again, and this time they found him. A thin, filthy man curled up behind old boxes. He'd slipped in through an unlocked window one night, months ago, and never left. He stole food when Sarah was out, showered when she was at work, watched her sleep from tiny holes in the ceiling. When they asked him why, he simply said, I just liked being close to her. On 5 Sarah never spent another night in that house. She sold it within weeks, moved across the country, and still checks the attic every single night before bed. Sometimes the worst monsters aren't ghosts. They're real people, hiding just a few feet away, waiting for the moment you forget to lock a window. On screen caption. Who's really living in your house? True stories every week. Subscribe if you dare. So next time you hear a strange noise above your head, Don't just ignore it. Check. Lock your windows. Trust your instincts. And remember, the scariest monsters look just like us. If you want more true terrifying stories like this one, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon, and share this with someone who needs a reason to check their attic tonight. Sleep tight if you can. Asterisk.